Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrant's Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming. We bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrant's Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.
The bear stands in the shallows, a mountain of muscle and fur against the white tumult of the falls. The hump over the shoulders rises like a dune, a mass of pure power anchored to a spine built for digging, for fighting, for the explosive bursts of effort that define the ursine existence. The coat, thick and matted, drips with river water, the brown fur darkened to near black where it clings to the body beneath. The claws, curved as scimitars and longer than a man's fingers, scrape against the stones of the riverbed as the bear shifts its weight, adjusting to the endless push of the current. The salmon run. The river is alive with them, silver shapes surging against the torrent, driven by an instinct as old as the mountains themselves. They leap at the falls, throwing their bodies against gravity, against the pounding water, against the wading predators. And most will fail, and most will die, but enough will pass, enough will spawn, enough will continue the cycle that feeds the forest, that feeds the bears, that feeds the eagles and the wolves and the wading earth. The bear watches. The eyes, small and dark, track the leaping fish with a focus that excludes everything else. The roar of the water, the chill of the shallows, the presence of other bears spaced along the river's edge. Each bear holds its territory, a stretch of water claimed by presence, by patience, by the willingness to defend. The bear does not acknowledge the others, does not look at them, does not need to. The boundaries are understood, written in scent and memory, and the occasional flash of teeth. A salmon leaps. It clears the first cascade, lands in the churning pool below, and gathers itself for the next attempt. The bear moves. The explosion of power is shocking in its suddenness. The massive body launching through the water, the claws extended, the jaws gaping. The bear does not chase the fish. It intercepts it, predicting the trajectory, meeting the salmon in midair as it leaps again. The claws close, the jaws close, and the fish is caught. A silver arc of life cut short in an instant. The bear retreats to the bank, the salmon pinned beneath a massive paw. The teeth tear into the flesh, the rich orange meat, the eggs that spill from the female's belly in a cascade of future generations wasted. The bear consumes quickly, efficiently, stripping the flesh from the bones, leaving the remains for the scavengers that wait in the wings. The calories flood into the body, fuel for the months ahead, for the long sleep that waits at the end of the run. The bear returns to the water. The river continues to deliver, and the bear continues to take. Hours pass, and the pile of carcasses grows on the bank, a larder of protein that will be revisited, consumed, converted into the fat that will sustain the bear through the winter's darkness. The sun arcs overhead, indifferent, and the bear feeds on, a machine of consumption, a master of the torrent. The days shorten. The salmon run thins, the last of the spawners struggling upstream, their bodies battered, their energy spent. The bear's feeding slows, the urgency fading as the river's bounty diminishes. The body has changed, the ribs hidden now beneath layers of fat, the belly heavy, the gait slower, more deliberate. The bear has done what the river required, has stored what the winter will demand. The time comes to leave. The bear turns from the river, from the falls, from the silver ghosts that still struggle against the current. It begins the walk inland, following paths worn into the earth by generations of bears, by the same journey made at the same time, year after year, century after century. The forest closes around it, the light filtering through the canopy, the sounds of the river fading to a distant murmur. The destination is a slope, a mountainside where the earth has been hollowed by countless previous occupants. The bear approaches the den, a dark opening beneath the roots of a fallen spruce. It pauses at the entrance, sniffing the air, reading the scents of those who came before, those who slept and woke and returned to the river. Satisfied, it begins to gather. Great armfuls of leaves, of grass, of moss are dragged into the den, a nest of insulation against the cold, a cradle for the long sleep. The bear enters. The darkness closes around it, the den smelling of earth and roots and ancient bear. It turns, circles, settles into the nest, the massive body curling into a shape that minimizes heat loss, that conserves the precious fuel stored in the fat. The nose tucks toward the tail, the paws cover the muzzle, and the eyes close. The heartbeat slows, the breathing deepens, the metabolism drops to a near standstill. The bear does not truly sleep, not as other creatures sleep. It enters a state between life and death, a suspended animation where the body lives on its own reserves, where the months pass without food, without water, without waste, without waking. Outside, the snow begins to fall. The first flakes settle on the forest floor, on the fallen spruce, on the entrance to the den. They accumulate, building a white curtain that seals the opening, that hides the bear from the world, that insulates the den against the killing cold of the winter to come. The bear lies within, a heart beating once every few seconds, a body slowly consuming itself, a life suspended between the river that was and the river that will be. Months pass, the snow deepens, then begins to melt. The days lengthen, the sun returns. The world stirs from its frozen sleep. Inside the den, the bear's metabolism slowly rises, the heart speeding, the breathing deepening, the eyes opening to the darkness. The bear lies still, waiting, feeling the change in the air, the approach of the time to emerge. The snow at the den's entrance softens. A shaft of light pierces the darkness, and the bear moves for the first time in months. It pushes against the snow, against the roots, against the weight of the winter, and emerges into the world. The air is cold, but no longer killing. The sun pale, but warm on the fur. The bear stands, blinking, shaking the debris from its coat, and looks toward the river. It is thinner now, the fat consumed, the muscles lean, the body ready for the return, for the spring, for the green things that will soon emerge, for the long wait until the salmon run again, until the river once more delivers its silver bounty, and the bear returns to its place as the master of the Torrent.
Your brand has a pulse. Your story has a voice. Does your media reflect your excellence? Welcome to Vibrant's Creative Services. We bridge the gap between imagination and professional reality. From cinematic corporate documentaries and high-fashion photography to precision drone inspections and event live streaming, we bring the gear, the grit, and the vision. Don't just exist in the market. Dominate it. Vibrant's Creative Services. Professionalism amplified. WhatsApp us at 0750 151458.